Hello. It is Tuesday. This is from yesterday. Now we have the 25th. And I do not even want to argue why. There is a strange misunderstanding. I cannot explain it, but it is true. There is some kind of false perceiving. It could be manipulation deliberately, or it could be by chance. And it is really very strange because there is a thing people would expect. I now need to block the internet if possible, but it's not. There's something going on from outside and hindering me. Very important. I go for a moment and try to stop the internet. This is me again. It is true that there's something going on, and it is still there, some change in the programs, in the software on the computer. And I need your help to find out. This is the address, and please, I will restart the computer. Please do not hesitate to help a little bit with the amount you would help a journalist. And I'm not saying that I am in a danger. It could be. Maybe you have more insight into the possibility. There had been danger with my mothers, with Papa, but not knowingly with me. Therefore, please look into it if you can. But first of all, do not forget, it is possible, if you like, that I will give you a code word, but please only amounts that are reasonable, not too large. Otherwise, I would get even more difficulties with government. And this really is not understood, why this Federal Republic's German government could be behind it, or is it the Russians having still influence, or the British, or those from Netherlands, or Danish? It is possible even the Swedish, because we had relationships quite friendly, and maybe those are not wanting me, or Switzerland, or France, Spain, Portugal, Poland, the Czech Republic or Slovak Republic, Austria, Italy, the states of Yugoslavia, Greece, Turkey. All those had formerly been somehow related. This does not mean related as being relatives, but related somehow with a contact. And maybe some of them, or the USA, United States, or Brazil, and this goes even to Australia, yes. Or is it a city like Singapore or one of the surrounding states, India? And I'm not saying that I had been, but maybe it was that I had been a visitor during my childhood. And it could be the case that, but I'm not wanting to have a conflict. It is that I need a distant refreshment if possible, and if I like it. First of all, it is important not to come to the doorstep. This is important not to do it. No visitation at the doorstep, and no press, no media. It is important I first have to realize what is going on. I don't know it, and there is something going on looking like being a psychiatric warfare with unknown opponents. Belarus is possibly among the people formerly we had good relationship. That is business relationship. Canada, Alaska, Japan, possibly so, but please bear in mind, I don't know, and it is not that I as a child had been interested in China, but who knows? The whole world, even Samoa or New Zealand, had been in the topics I discussed with my mother, and now finding out things, and the internet is open, you could listen and see me all over the place. There could be something with Iceland or other states in between, Cuba. Of course, I had forgotten some, and this is my mother and me, and I'm not saying that I'm that important, but this is not to you to judge, not to me. It is for me to find out, and with your help, please do not bear in mind that I have something against Ireland. I don't. And not Scotland, and not Wales, not England, not Norway, Finland, and the other new states in the Baltic area. What is about them? I don't know, but bear in mind, it is possible that I found something. Till now I understood I am a child in the arms there, and then plans my mother had done, and some she communicated, and things had to be in hiding. And now I stop because the lip synchronization is not there. I need your understanding. I have not an idea to have a conflict with the government of North Rhine-Westphalia or Niedersachsen, Lower Saxony, and not with the other, like Bavaria or the state around Hohenzollern, the Baden-Württemberg. It is not my ambition, but I wouldn't hesitate to state my standpoint. This ought to be a free country, and I wouldn't tolerate being manipulated, and the doctors could have been manipulated, being part of the difficulties, and the city clerk system, or the mayors, ex-mayors, and so on. And it is important that this is according to the law. You see, this is according to the law. There had been conflict in the past during those days. It is in the family line, 1849, the so-called Pauluskirchenverfassung, then 1850, 1871, and you won't believe this is not looking much differently, but the laws, protection laws, are now, as people say, better, but maybe that good that it is a thing misused. I do not need help except financial support, as you do with a journalist and this is the address. This is my hand, the right one, and this is the left one. There had been things going on, and it's important. This could be fake in your digital monitor. It could be done in between, and it is important that you do not trust digital information too much. It is a thing where even the mask, I'm not wearing a mask, could resemble me. And this once had been done with theater technology. I had many contacts with the art people and with the science people and in between. And I learned things in my education. And then a large amount of time in between, I had been studying privately the seniors, and to learn from their wisdom. Maybe some wisdom I could digest, but I cannot digest what's now going on at the present time. This has to be done out of court, not before the court, because the basis to make any decision is not there. And then maybe Russia had been tricked, not in my ambition to do so, or China, or even the United States. And the tricks I cannot prove to have taken place. But now understanding, I'm not going to accuse someone. I'm relying on the conscience of the righteous. And as in the other video, I want to explain, I found them in different cultures and ethnic groups, but not everyone wants to have a good conscience. Some rely on tricks, and this has to be found out, but please do not run to conclusions. Even a trick could include others looking like culprits, others looking like the crooks. A trickster, a con man, could be someone playing a whole network of double-crossing, and I had been, believe it, with detectives on my voyages as a boy, to understand the other side. And now understanding it is not possible without your funds, but not too much, please. Maybe between 10 and or 1 and 20, or even less. If you're living in a country where you can live a whole month by $100, maybe it is even a cent. That would show me that you're interested, because I have not any feedback. This is even more important than your funds. But understand, it is not that it is to be done without any funding, and please better believe it. It is not that people help as they say they do. It is rather that the psychological warfare is going all over the place, not only against me. There is the saying in German, they hunt a sow and chase it through the village. And I'm not a sow, I'm not a swine, but they let you look like someone who is that stupid. And this could be manipulated. In former days, the Indians were receivers of alcohol, and you could use electronics to make you nervous. I heard things, and those are not known, called conspiracy theories. I'm not shying away because of the word conspiracy. Those minutes are now 15, 14 and 59, 14 minutes exactly. This is not cut. Better don't telephone me because I'm having quite a time to sort it out. I'm now totally alone, and the law says this is not that I accept everything going on, but it is not that much different. It is not that much different as it had been. Only there is no one anymore that is responsible. It is a thing with a quality management system that has to be looked into. But first of all, please consider if you have enough funds. Otherwise, pray for me, as you might say, or sing a song to be of good moods. Do not give up. That's important, because I see quite possibilities to find out, first of all, and then time had been running out with many others. I think this is not my responsibility. I did more than I could, and then had to stop, not to come into conflict with the law. Please try hard not to come into conflict with the law. This is not the way. It should be defense and the attack with the law. Therefore, it is about the law, what it says, but first of all, the manipulation, I suspect, among the bases. There could be manipulation. I was not doing anything to change the contract and that on circumstances. Indeed, I did not even had any contract. It was not my will, not my wishful thinking to do a contract before knowing things, and I didn't. Since recently, having stumbled across things, please bear in mind, I'm still looking and searching, and I'm not someone who is going rashly to conclusions. And please don't do as well. Thank you very much. My name is Friedrich. The name not used too often. I have 3 names, and it was Frederick Urban and so on, and another name with the United Nations, not too long. But please, if you have contact, make it urgent. There is the suspicion of manipulation and of political discrimination, and I cannot prove it, and I do not want to prove it. It is only the suspicion, and that should be enough to be given to the United Nations in New York. Please not to Geneva, because there had been a little bit conflict in the past, and it is not necessarily a good thing to ask them about me. It is please to the United Nations in New York, and there please make it urgent. This is a thing that could deliberately let me look like a lunatic. I'm not. I'm mentally quite capable, but am stressed out because having 4 or 5 years looking and not having any valid answer from government. Maybe governmental entities are totally overworked. I try to excuse it, but I can't. Thank you very much. If you have possibilities to fund me in reasonable amounts, please do.